I'll start with certainly a good basketball team we played today, and I thought there were some real positives that we could take away, namely the effort that we played with. For us to have 14 offensive rebounds against Virginia speaks to the volume of the effort our guys were giving, which is great. Thought the start of the half we did some really good things on both ends of the floor, and throughout I think our guys really competed. And it's hard to do that when you're not scoring and when you're down by the margin we were for most of the game. But I was really pleased with our effort. Got some young guys in particular some really good minutes, and like I said, that's a good basketball team we played.
DJ, you're muted.
I know. I'm trying. Can you hear me now? You got me now?
Yep, I got you.
Everybody knows, of course, about their defense and how good they are defensively, but how different is it just when you're going against it? I mean, can anything really prepare you for the intensity, the relentlessness they have on that end of the floor?
No, not really. And I think the biggest thing is that they're so disciplined. They don't give up anything easy, or very, very rarely do. And the hardest thing for us to simulate in addition to that is the length and athleticism that they have. And we do it in our practice, and it doesn't look like what it looked like today. So it's a real challenge to prepare for them, and I thought they really executed at a pretty high level today in terms of on defense.
Hey, Coach, it seemed like Clark gave them a real boost right from the outset. 14 seconds in with a layup and a couple more in the opening minutes. And we didn't have box scores, but the last stat I had was 14 points in the paint out of their first 17. Yep,
and that was a huge point of emphasis for us early on in the game. Was we said if this team's going to be laying the ball into the basket, we got no shot at it, and we got better at keeping it out of the paint, but it certainly didn't get off to a great start for us. That was a big concern coming in, is keeping these guys out of the paint, in particular Clark and Beekman.
Dane, you said yesterday you hope to be able to establish a little more consistency coming out of here today. You get another break. I'm sure it's probably not what you want after having a break, earlier this month and late last month. But do you feel like you got some at all today, or what do you take from today's experience?
Well, I think the consistency that we saw today was the effort, and I told the guys afterwards, I said, we can't come in after games and say, hey, it's really great that we played really hard. That needs to be a constant. And again, it was today, but it has not been really since I've been here. And that's something that we are really trying to instill. So that was a positive today. The break from basketball right now, the timing of this is a little different, obviously, with us already having the quarantine like we did this year and missed some games. But at the same time, I think every kid needs an opportunity to have a little bit of a break, and we're letting our guys go home. And I think that's really, really going to be healthy for them, and the chance to see their family and spend time with them. So from that standpoint, I'm thrilled for our guys to be able to do that. And I think that's very needed right now.
They were particularly aggressive off the dribble, especially Kie early in the game. Did you kind of get the sense that was the idea coming into today, just to really take it to you?
Yeah, they certainly seemed like they really tried to establish the paint, on the offensive end, and they got to the rim a few times early. Well, more than a few times early. They back cut us once or twice. They beat us on the baseline, which is not something that we want to give up. I thought the only thing we did well in terms of keeping it out of the paint early was, we doubled the post, and we at least got it out of there. They had some shots out of it, but we didn't allow them to really go to work. And but beyond that, it was in the paint way too much early on, and I think that was tough for us to overcome.
You talk about what you program, very young players get out of a game like this, going up against a team that is not only ranked but so good on, especially on defense.
Yeah, I think it's an opportunity to see the level that you have to play at. And like I said, it's not enough just to play really hard. You also have to play really well to be able to execute our stuff on both ends of the floor. The attention to detail and scouting, it's everything that we try to preach. When you play a team of this at this level, if there's any mistakes, it gets taken advantage of. And I think that can be something you can use as a positive to say, like, this is why it's so important to do the things the right way all the time, and to be focused in on scouting and focused in on our execution. And I think when you play a top 25 team, that it shows where you're at.
You guys, like Hank said, we don't have the box scores handy, but I think you had 14 at the half. But then I think you had 13 in the first 6 minutes or so, or 7 minutes or so of the second half. Just you guys did come out with an energy there in the second half. Talk about that, and is that something you can build on? Just sort of what you guys were able to do in spurts.
Yeah, I certainly hope so. We definitely came out with, and part of it maybe just had a little more comfort level. You play against them for 20 minutes, and you start to see, okay, this is what we got to try to do. We made a couple of adjustments with popping our 5-man a little bit more to try to get to second actions and third actions a little quicker, and I think that helped us. And I think our guys had a great mindset. I mean, every single timeout, every huddle I went into, there wasn't this look of, oh my gosh, like, what are we going to do? It just, guys came over to the bench and stuck together. So, all right, let's keep going. Let's try to, win these 4 minutes. And we need to be able to build on a little bit of that success.
I'm sure none of your guys were like overwhelmed necessarily, but one guy who certainly didn't look it was Yuri. He was attacking. I mean, he made some mistakes, but he was attacking. And he had a really nice stretch there early in the second half. Can you talk about his effort out there as a freshman going against a pretty tough guy in Clark?
Yeah, he's fearless, and he's making too many mistakes, which he knows right now, and that's something that we're working on. But he doesn't back down at all, and he's got an ability to get to the rim and make threes, and he just went out there and competed. And I thought that he wasn't alone. I thought that I thought Luke set the tone for how we were going to play today when there was a loose ball in front of our bench a couple minutes into the game, and he got on the floor. It was a ball he had no business getting, and he got on the floor, and I think that just set the tone for us to we were just going to compete today. And I think that our team did that.